Today on the channel, we're going to make some epic stuffed burgers. So the first thing you want to do is get 500 grams of mince and season it with a tablespoon of cowboy coffee rub. Then using your hands, give the meat a good old mix in your mixing bowl. Next thing, you want to measure out your meat into 125 gram balls. These will make the tops and bottoms of your burgers. Then what you're going to do is make them flat in a burger press, or you can shape these by hand. I prefer a burger press because you get a nice rounded shape. If you're going to use a burger press, I always like to wet it first. This stops the meat from sticking to it, so when you're trying to turn your burgers out, it's nice and easy and none of the meat gets stuck to the bottom of the press. You're going to continue to do this until you have 4 individual patties. Then we can talk about the filling. Today we're going to stuff these with some cream cheese laced with jalapenos and a little bit of sharp cheddar as well. So in the bowl goes a good 2 tablespoons of grated cheese. And we're using Philadelphia's new jalapeno cheddar. So a couple of tablespoons of this as well. Ideally, you want to split this between your 2 burgers, but obviously it's personal preference. I found this mixture to be quite adequate for the 2 burgers we're making today. So then it's time to assemble the burgers. So a good heaped tablespoon of this in the center. You don't want it coming too close to the edges because then it will leak out when you cook the burgers. So what we're going to do is place the second patty on top and seal the edges with our fingers. Take your time to make sure the burgers are sealed all the way around, because when you cook these, you don't want your filling leaking out. It will just go all over your barbecue, make a mess, and you won't have nice burgers at the end of it. So repeat the process, rest of your mixture in the center, second patty on top, and seal around the edges with your fingers. Now, I said at the beginning these burgers are going to be epic, and what is more epic than wrapping your burger in streaky bacon? So that is exactly what we're going to do. Get your streaky bacon and wrap it around the burger. You want to make sure all the meat is covered, but if there's a few little patches where it's not, doesn't matter massively. What you'll find is when you cook it, the bacon will render down and make your meat really juicy and moist and delicious. And they're ready for the grill. We're using the Kamado Joe Jnr today. So to get your grill going, air vents open, coals in, and wait for it to come up to 200 degrees Celsius. We're going to cook these with the deflector plates in because the fat content is really high and we don't want them to burn. So indirect until the bacon goes crispy and the beef reaches 55 degrees Celsius. Then it's time to layer the burger up. We're going with a homemade potato roll, burger cheese, more cheese on top of the burgers, and we're going to cut it in half. And let me show you all the cheese oozing out. Because we didn't put it too near the edges, it should have stayed in the center and it should all come out the burger when we cut into it. So let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, you can see all that cheese has stayed inside. Let's get the cross section going and show you. Oh, look at that. Gooey cheese, bacon, beef, bit of barbecue sauce as well. These have been stuffed Hulk burgers. I've been Jack's Meat Shack. Join me again on the channel for some more cooking action next week.